Hello Potters, welcome back to the studio. I'm working with Underglaze Transfers today. These are from elontransfers.com. Apparently they're a well-known brand, but I've never worked with this product before, so I'm new to their brand, but their stuff is really cool. I kind of went with these. I was kind of going for like a groovy sort of a look with the colors and patterns that I picked out, and I'm really happy with them. The sheets are nice and big, especially for what you pay. You get a lot for your money's worth, so I always really like that. And there's Birdie napping. Hi, Birdie. Let me show you what I've been doing with these. The directions are very clear, and you can find the directions for using these in multiple places, but just like every other step in any pottery process, like you just have to practice it. So I've been doing this for a few days, certainly not an expert level, and I'm hoping if you use these a lot, can you tell me, does this get better as time goes on? Because I've just had a lot where the underglaze didn't completely cling to the side of the pot. So if you have any tips for that, that would be great. But here's the basic idea. So you tack the transfer on with water, and usually there's bubbles underneath, which is really normal with any type of transfer or decal. So you just take a minute, you smooth that out. I have found if you rub and the transfer is wet, it will smear, which is logical, but it's kind of one of those learn by doing things. You make silly mistakes until you understand why they're silly. So I'm just sort of pressing and rolling my thumb here to get the decal flush with the surface of my piece. And you guys, this is greenware, bone dry greenware. It's that spectacular clay I've been working on. It has iron specks and a little bit of grog. But as you can see now, this looks a lot better. Like it's a lot more flattened against the side of the piece. So that's kind of, I have found in my exploration so far, that's kind of how it should look before you move on. So now I'm going to resaturate with water. I've had to be a lot more generous with the water than what I expected. I was kind of like letting them dry and then trying to peel off. That's not the way though. Peel it off when they're nice and saturated. Oh, oof. This one didn't turn out very well. But you know what's nice is if that happens, just don't take it all the way off and you can lay it back down and give it another pass. So let me see if adding some more water will help this. I suspect it's going to. I was trying to be very generous with the water, but I guess it was not enough. I'm wondering if these blockier, more filled in designs just need a little bit more water because you're working with more underglaze in the product, you know, in general. Let's see if that helped. Okay, that's better. That's much better. I still got a couple little areas where the underglaze did not cling to the pot, but I'm okay with that. Folks who work with these, do you ever get one that's like 100% perfect that doesn't like lift off, at least in like one little area? I've gotten close, but I really haven't gotten one that just laid down perfectly yet. So let's do another one and see if I can get it a little bit better this time. So I'm going to get it tacked down, and I'm kind of trying to do like a patchwork process with different ones of the colors, like putting multiple colors together. I'm not doing it here, but I'll show you what I mean here in a second. But it's hard to do this process and not like mess up the one that you just put down. So I'm probably giving myself more of a challenge than what I needed to on that. But I want there to be like I said, multiple colors on one piece. So I've learned to kind of be very careful, be generous with the water, but also be very careful not to smudge the dry ones that are around in the design. So lots and lots of water. Let's see how this one did. Yeah, pretty good. I'm not mad with that. I'm okay with that. I have also noticed that a smaller piece tends to go a little easier. Maybe that's just because you can, you know, like with how I'm working, I can just saturate that whole shape there just pretty quickly with like a dab. I can kind of really press and get some water down on it quickly, not have to dab around the design. But I've had a lot more success with that, with like cutting little pieces. Doesn't cling nearly as much. But then something that I've also been really liking about this is if you want to change something or get rid of it, you can just wipe it off. So I know that's like wasteful of the product and that's not ideal, but if you really want to change something, you can. And I always appreciate that. I always appreciate flexibility. So this is sort of my vision for what I want to do with these. I want to sort of create like a patchwork with the different colors and designs as like sort of this background design, and I've been layering some one on top of the other. I'm intrigued with that. Here's one that didn't go great. Like barely any of it stuck down. We're learning. And then as like a last step, when this is all glazed, I want to add a decal to it. My rat chef boy, one of my favorite decals. So that's kind of like my idea of where this is going. Obviously, we've got to see how it all turns out in completion to see what it's really going to be like. I've also been experimenting on bisqueware, porcelain bisqueware. The process is about the same. If you have any feedback for me on this topic, I would love it, and thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye.